Good evening. Thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Emanuel Patrascu. I'm a candidate for State Assembly in the 74th Assembly District. And I'm going to start off by telling you what the Constitution and the liberties and freedom it provides mean to me. I'm originally from Romania. I was born there. My father was kicked out of the country, came here, and got political asylum. Got the entire family political asylum. It took a couple of years for the Romanian authorities to let the rest of our family come here. Once we joined my father, a couple of years later, unfortunately, he passed away. So it was my mom, my brother, and I by ourselves in a new country. And my mom went to school, went back to school full-time, worked full-time, raised 2 boys, very successful. My brother, he works at the Pentagon now. He's an Air Force, he's an intelligence officer. I've done very well for myself. I went to college. I got a master's degree in political science. I have a bachelor's in business administration. I've been able to start multiple businesses. So what does it mean to me? It means everything. There's no other country that this could have happened in. There's no other place without the Constitution and the liberties it provides. There would have been no other place where this could have happened. So that's where my political philosophy comes from. That's where I come from. That's why I'm involved in politics. Because I've seen what happens when we let our liberties slip away. When you give government the authority to control everything. So, as I was looking at this and decided to run for state assembly, a lot of people ask, why do you run? Why are you running for state assembly? You could be doing so much other stuff. You could be making more money. And I tell them a story, and it has to do with the beach bonfire rings. It was when the AQMD first wanted to ban all the beach bonfire rings. Assemblyman Allen asked me, hey, let's organize a rally in support of bonfire rings. This is ridiculous. And I'm working on this rally, and it's my son's birthday. I have a 20-month-old son. But this was going to be his first birthday. And his birthday was on Saturday. And our rally was on Sunday. So I needed to get a lot of stuff done. And I was in the office. I'm working until midnight on Friday night. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? Why am I in the office at midnight? I should be at home, hanging out with my son. And I didn't want to come into the office the next day because it was his birthday. So I'm sitting there working late. And then it really dawned on me. If I'm not doing this, then we lose our bonfires. And what does that mean? That means that I never get to actually enjoy a beach bonfire with my son. And I remembered all the good times I had. All the times I bonded with my friends. The times I went to Corona del Mar Beach with the church group late at night. And why? Why were we going to lose this? Because a few people didn't want people in their neighborhoods, didn't want people on their beach at night. They went to AQMD to put in regulations to take everyone's beach bonfires. It was wrong. So that's when I knew why I was doing this. Because if good people don't get involved, then we lose our freedoms, we lose our liberties, and we lose the things that mean the most to us. A little bit more about myself. I'm the president of the Orange County Young Republicans. I've been involved for a long time. And all because I care. I want my son to live in the world I lived in, where he has the same opportunities I had. I want him to be able to go to school in California and also find a job in California. There's way too many people, way too many young people that go to school, UCI, paid for in large part by California taxpayers. But then when they graduate, they can't find a job here in California. They have to move to Arizona. They have to move to Nevada to find a job. I don't want that for my son. I want him to be able to find a job here. I want him to be successful here, not have to move to another state. So that's why I'm involved. And I've worked hard to make sure that our state is a better place. And I am positive that our state can be a better place. There's a lot of people that have lost hope, and they think California is going to be like this forever. That's not true. I've seen it. I've seen it this year with my own eyes on things I've worked on. But it requires us to be involved. And it requires us to do more than just always complain about what's wrong or point out what's wrong. You know, if Republicans could sit around and just wait for things to fail, and then all of a sudden the voters are going to vote Republican, then Detroit would have Republican representation. Chicago would have Republican representation. And you know what? California would have Republican representation because we have the highest poverty rate and also the highest taxes in the nation. Those two things are related. But we don't have Republican representation. We don't have change because there's not enough of us working to make that change. I'm there. Let me tell you a story about this year. There was, in Northern California, or Central Valley, there was a Democratic state senator who got a job with, I believe, Mobil or one of the oil companies, resigned his seat. This is a seat that has a 22% Democrat advantage. We decided this is a seat that Republicans can win. We just have to go out there and work hard for it. Along with Assemblyman Allen, we worked hard. We organized people. We got 150 young people to go out and walk precincts in Bakersfield in 106-degree weather. We did it during the primary, almost won in the primary, went again in the general election. He won by 2%. That's a 24-point swing.
Yeah.
It can be done. And that's why I'm running. Because I don't want to just sit around and point out what's wrong with California. I know what's wrong. Taxes are too high. Regulations are way too many. Our businesses are moving out of state because they can no longer be profitable here. A lot of good people. A lot of business owners. I've spoken to a lot of business owners. They want to be here in California. They don't want to leave the state. It's beautiful. We live in a beach community. Who wants to leave the ocean? Perfect weather. But they have to because they want to do it for their family. We need to do that here in California. We have to stop just pointing out that taxes are too high. We need to start pointing out what happens when taxes are too high. If you want to succeed, if you want to have a job, if you want a better life for yourself, we have to provide opportunities. And when you have high taxes, it kills jobs. It kills your ability to make sure that your family, that our sons have a better life and more opportunity than we did. That's why I'm running for state assembly. I want to make sure that my son and all of our kids and grandchildren have a better life, more opportunity than we did. Thank you very much. I'm Emanuel Patrascu, running for state assembly. If you have any questions, please visit my website, www.joinemanuel.com. If you have any comments, you can contact me on my website. I would appreciate your support.
As an immigrant, what is your thought on the immigration situation, and especially in California?
First, I can understand why anybody would want to come here. It's a great country. It has opportunity. It provides so much opportunity that even if you come here illegally, it's still better than in your home country. That's what freedom does. At the same time, we need to have rule of law. We need to make sure that we enforce our laws. We need to enforce our borders. And then we can deal with the rest.
Excellent. You talked about the taxes and regulation. What would you propose, or how would you go about limiting those or reducing those in California with the I know you've worked with Allen, Travis, and So maybe some of the things that he's doing, how would you be able to affect lower taxes and less regulations if you were our next Assemblyman?
I'll take a two-pronged approach. First, I'll go look for Democrats. We need to find Democrats that are willing to vote with Republicans to get rid of some regulations. And there's opportunities there. There's opportunity in California Environmental Quality Act. There are Democrats that want to reform CEQA, And I would go find those Democrats, find ways to make it easier for businesses to be here in California. At the same time, we're never going to find enough Democrats to get the changes that we really need. That's why I'll be out there continuing to fight to get more Republicans elected. We only have 25 Republicans in the state assembly, 25 out of 80. That's nowhere near enough. There's no reason why we're not at 32, 35, other than we're not fighting hard enough. And with everyone in this room's help, I will go out there and fight so that we have the representation that we deserve so we can make the changes that we need.
Well, first, Matt, congratulations on your wedding this weekend. I forgot to say that. But at the same time, because I helped Assemblyman Allen write AB 1102, I feel like I need to clarify a few things, what AB 1102 actually does. First of all, it doesn't give any new powers to the Coastal Commission. The Coastal Commission already has those powers. The reason Newport Beach went to AQMD is because they first went to Coastal Commission, just like the bill clarifies that the only thing the reason that language is in the bill is to clarify we are not taking that power away from the Coastal Commission. What we are doing is we are taking the power from AQMD, the worst regulator in the state, AB 32, AQMD, carbon taxes, AQMD. That's who we are going to take the power away from to regulate beach bonfires. It does not give Coastal Commission one new power. And anyone that tells you that is lying to your face. Thank you.